Hello. I think you're muted, Dave.
I forgot to. Well, there we go. Let me start again then. I was just speaking to myself. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome back to another stream. Thank you for joining us. I'll just repeat exactly what I said while I was muted. For those of you that view the stream regularly, you know Wednesdays is Save with Crypto Days. So how you doing, mate? We'll do
I'm
it
all
again.
right, thanks. I'm all right, thanks.
I was sat there in silence, like, hello.
I thought you. I thought you were lost for words. Then.
Well, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what can happen? But wow, we're getting some great viewership. So please do make sure you drop a big like on the stream. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you interact. And yes, we will be cracking on. We have a great stream today, not only obviously because we have our good friend Save on, but we do have an exciting bit of data release in 25 minutes that who knows what could we get from that. We'll wait and see. But yeah, it is exciting. So do make sure you get up for that. Get your comments in. And what I will do is I will put a poll out for CPI data, and we'll see what you guys think is going to happen. But yeah, mate, so it's been 1 week since you were last on.
I know.
Welcome back onto the stream. How is yourself? How has life been treating you over the past week? Give us all the jazz.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, no, life's been good. Done some nice bit of trading here and there. Nothing outstanding, but nice sort of like take a few $100 a day. Sort of like it's been good. I like it like that. When you're just building up your bag.
Yeah,
good.
That's it. I like it.
So that's been good. What else? Last week I was oh god, all that stuff happened, didn't it, on Thursday last week? All that kind of Trump.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we can cover that actually as well. I've just put a poll out, so get your votes in on the poll. Do you think CPI data will come in higher or lower than the forecast? I've put in brackets what the forecast is. And those of you that aren't liked yet, scroll down. Let's take 2 seconds to scroll down. We've got 31 viewers on YouTube, 4 likes. That is a terrible ratio. Scroll down and fix that. Let's get the likes going as we wait for CPI, and we'll find out more on what Save has been doing over the past week. But yeah, we had that kind of crazy back and forth exchange, didn't we? But he actually has come out, I think it was today that he tweeted or something apologising for it, Elon.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Yeah, so I'll get it up now.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me just go Elon.
Because what I did when I was on here last Wednesday, do you remember I bought a load of Tesla stock, didn't I?
Yes.
And I think I bought it quite high. It was like 361 or something like that. And
right.
Or 321. I can't remember what it was. It was a bit high anyway, whatever it was. And so I felt like a right idiot because it kind of went down a bit afterwards. And then obviously when that happened on Thursday, it went down loads.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh god, I mean, it was okay because it wasn't like it was in a wasn't in a leverage trade or anything. I just bought the stock, So I thought, well, okay, well, I'll just bag hold it for a while until it comes back, And then I went out for a bit of a walk on Thursday night, and I was listening to I think it's called Traders TV. It's like a thing from Canada. It's all about it's all about traditional markets, and I quite like sticking my headphones on and going for a walk. As the markets close at well, it's 9 o'clock here, isn't it, in the UK? When the US markets close, and I thought I'll just stick my headphones on and have a listen to the fallout as the markets were plummeting, And one of the guys on the YouTube thing, he was saying, he reckons like Tesla's going to go down to, I think it was, I can't remember the figures exactly, but it was like, he said between 280 and 270 per share, per stock, So I just kind of like got my phone out, and I kind of just thought, I'm just going to set a buy order at 275.
Yeah.
And cross my fingers, And I did pretty much full port it with like all my money. And
well, I think it's paid off for you, hasn't it?
It has, because that lowered my average entry down to about 300, and it's now at like 325, I think. So,
well, you'll be pleased to know, mate. Pre-market, it's up at 334.
Fantastic.
So it is up. Let's just have a quick look. 2.5% from yesterday's close, so it's going to open higher today.
Wicked, brilliant.
So that is a very, very nice, mate. Very nice, and you pretty much bar $1.80-ish. You caught pretty much the Pico bottom there.
I know, it was well near the bottom.
You little devil, yeah, you little devil.
Obviously, I wish I'd have not bought it at higher in the first place, but to average down the entry, I thought that was fairly safe thing
but
to
you
do.
are now if your average entries come down to about 300, you are now 10% up. So
Yeah, which is about $7,000. So
oh yes, there
so
you go. I mean, that is
that's
not bad for a week's work, is it?
that's GBP as well, So and I don't know, the stuff I do on Trading 212, it seems a bit more real in a way, because it's like you can actually just go withdraw and it puts it straight in your bank account if you want to,
Yeah.
But I'm doing all that with me stocks ISA, So
so it's all tax free, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've now got the 20 grand up to like 27 grand, So actually it's a bit more than that now, but yeah, so that's since April. So I'm quite chuffed with that. It's almost making me think. Like a life without leverage is actually quite nice if you've got a chunk of money, to play with.
Absolutely.
You've only got a couple $100. It doesn't work.
We've got Reggie Man, SMFC, Nate. How we doing? Are we getting sent to the moon when data drops? We'll have to wait and see, won't we, mate? But yeah, so. Obviously, on the back of that, he tweeted out earlier this morning. Obviously, I don't know what time this was, over there. But I regret some of my posts about President Donald Trump last week. They went too far. So I think, this is, I think, quite a widely reported or like kind of expected thing is there any actual like real meaning behind of what was going on? Or was Elon maybe trying to just repair some of his reputation and repair some of Tesla's reputation in the market? Because obviously, since he's been such pro-Trump, I think Tesla sales have dropped massively, haven't they? So, I think there's a direct correlation between, Elon being so closely tied to Trump and his pride and joy starting to turn a bit sour. So I think there's maybe something in that. I don't know what everyone else thinks on that. Do you think that there's anything in that? But I think that's one possibility, is that, was any of it even real? And was it all just kind of stage and smoke and mirrors for Elon to try and maybe save face a bit and get people maybe back on side with him and Tesla?
I don't know. He did practically call the President of America a nonce, though, didn't he? So
he did, yeah, he did kind of, yeah. But then I suppose you could always come out. And I seen someone comment on this. They done a video on it saying, well, of course he's going to be in the files because he was on the plane. Like, it's not like he said he went to the island. Do you know what I mean? He didn't say he went to the island, did he? But no. I think it's kind of known that he was on the plane. But to be fair, what he did say was, that's why they wasn't released or something. It does maybe suggest, it gives some suggestion that, maybe allegedly he was on the island. I don't know. I'm not really sure on really what to make of it. But yeah, we'll see anyway. But I think that was one theory that I seen, is that, maybe he's trying to save the bashing of Tesla.
Yeah.
I think there's even like people putting stickers on the Teslas in America now saying like, I don't like Elon, I just like Tesla or something like that. because I think there was a lot of like Tesla vandalism, wasn't there? People were getting like the Teslas, like windows caved in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like people are so emotionally attached to it. It's pretty crazy. Like, but yeah, there we go. Wizzo, how we doing? The legend Wizard of Stocks. I'm still waiting for you to change your name, mate. The Wizard of Stocks, 15 minutes left, says Focus Flicks. Yep, CPI data, it's forecast at 2.5. Let's see what you guys are thinking. So we've had 24 votes, 54... Hang
on. I haven't voted yet. Hang on.
Go on, you get your vote in. Right, 25 votes. 56% of the votes think that we are going to have a cool CPI data reading.
So that's good for us, isn't it? Low is good.
The thing is, it is good, but the market is quite irrational now in what it does, isn't it? So it's kind of like, definitely good, because obviously that's what the Fed wants, to lower rates. But will that represent into the price? Like, Bitcoin's a bit weird now, isn't it?
It is. I was actually having a word with my new friend, Mrs. Grok, earlier. And trying to work out you know, what could happen, sort of thing. And yeah, it's pretty much 50-50, I think. But what I did wonder is we've still got a CME gap open from last Friday.
Yeah, we have.
And if I think Bitcoin needs to go down to about 105, 500, something like that, to fill that in. I'm just wondering if we do get a hot CPI and it does dump down there, that, you know, that is that what the market's waiting for? You know, that kind of a little flush out. I don't know, but that's one possibility I'm thinking. I did actually vote the other way for it to go up and we get good CPI. But that is a possibility as well. You know, if so, I think it'll just be a quick dump down there and then carry on. But
yeah,
no, everything else is looking pretty rosy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the pump that we had yesterday on some things was outrageous, wasn't it? Obviously, we had ETH coming in with its own pump up towards, obviously, past 2,800. And now look at that as well. Just want to point out, obviously, this is the region where we've been looking at, isn't it? And on the hourly, that's exactly bang where we've stopped at 2,816. So this is where, I mean, and it feels like ages since ETH pumped up here about 5 weeks ago. We've been waiting for kind of it to try and test this region. We're finally getting it now. So we'll see if it can start pushing up. And if it starts chewing through this region and, you know, the momentum continues, I think 3.3 is a logical place for it to go next. But obviously on the back of the ETH strength yesterday, we had Link just completely rocketing up. What was it? It was everything pretty much tied to, you know, as an ETH base. Uniswap, just bang. I mean, look at that. Absolute face ripper. Aave was doing really well. Look at that. Some layer 2, so Arbitrum, OP, absolutely. And look at Stonksy just completely nailing all these on the 1 hour. And then, I mean, one of the biggest ones alongside Uniswap was Compound. That just had a bang. There we go. Absolute ripper. So, I mean, yeah, anything ETH base there yesterday was just tearing to the upside. So we'll see if that continues or not. But what have you been dabbling in, mate? What have you been doing much trading, or have you been focusing on your stocks?
No, I've been trading Bitcoin mostly. Yeah, nothing spectacular though, to be honest. I've just you know, when it's been a bit of a red day, I've been sort of looking for dips and then sort of doing like a little trade, and then sort of like, if it's going my way, I've added little bits to it on another dip, you know. No decent strategy to it really, sort of thing, which is not always good, but it's generally worked out really, and I'm up quite nicely on the week, so I'm happy, you know.
Very nice, mate. Very nice,
which is good. But yeah, not the most spectacular week in trading, but not bad. I did make $1,000 one day though. I was quite chuffed with that.
I seen that actually. I think it was it the one that you?
It was in 2 bits. Yeah.
Put in the P&L channel, was it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I posted it in the Discord. Yeah, there's one little one where I took a partial profit. There was about I can't remember now. It was about $200 or something, and then the other one was about 800. So yeah, it was
very nice, nice, mate.
So I did make Sorry.
No, go on. Carry on.
Don't know what I was going to say. Yeah, so I did make $1,000 in one trade essentially. So that was nice, and that was only playing with like $6,000, I think, capital.
Yeah, very nice. Not to toot your horn too much, but you have traded absolutely fantastically, haven't you, since the start of April? You've hit some really great trades. So yeah, not to stroke your ego too much, mate, but you've been on an absolute fire streak, haven't you, the last 2 months or so?
You can stroke my ego as much as you like.
Oh yeah, like this. Let's give it a nice stroke there. Oh yeah.
But I did have one big loss actually. There was one day when I was getting greedy, and I managed to get my BLOFIN account up to like $13,000 or something, and then and then I sort of took profit, and then I FOMO'd into a bloody trade, and then it went the wrong way, and I took a $3,000 loss, but I wasn't really bothered because I'd sort of, you know, I'd made loads that week anyway, so I was still well up, you know. So,
yeah.
So, but that's how it goes, isn't it? You know, yeah.
It happens.
You know, you don't mind taking a $3,000 loss if you've just made 7, do you? You know, but
yeah, exactly. That's it. That's it. Wiz thinks that there'll be continued upwards momentum on defense ahead of the NATO conference in July. SMFC says it's summits 25 degrees today. It's an absolutely gorgeous day today, isn't it? It's gonna be hot. Dude MT says, what do you think is next for SPX 6900? Well, that thing, has been on an absolute tear, hasn't it? Let's go and have a quick look at that before we get CPI. I mean, in general, the prices rallied exponentially, hasn't it, over the recent weeks? You know, obviously from the low, we are, what would that be, 4, 5, 6x up from obviously the low. If anywhere in this consolidation, that's about 3x. But it's edging closer towards its all-time high. So we've got an all-time high of around 180-ish by the looks of it. Yeah, about 180. So it's getting close. It's getting close. Now, you're asking what's up next for it. I mean, we could do a simple fib test, couldn't we? If we do a simple fib extension from the high to the low on the weekly. I can't get that perfectly. The 1.618 extension is coming up at $2.75. If you take obviously the all-time high to the low of the move, it's putting in a really nice curvature, isn't it? I mean, that is just a pretty perfect curve, isn't it? Round and back up.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, we have the upper outer channel at $2.42. I mean, with things like this, it's difficult to know, you know, where these things will top out. I think, you know, what did you say? You said to $10 maybe. I mean, I suppose when you look at it, anything is possible, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at it. Where would that place it as $10? Let's see. If we have a look at memes. So we are currently at $1.4 billion market cap. It's still got, you know, comfortably, about 3.5x to go to Pepe's. And obviously we've got SHIB there at 7.7 and then a big gap. I mean, $10 would be, what would $10 be from here? About 6x. I think you just kind of outline just something sensible, you know, where whatever you're holding, whatever value of SPX you're holding and your average entry, whatever, you know, where would you be happy with? You know, if it gets to say $3, how up are you? And then I suppose it's up to you then to kind of, you know, take some responsibility and be maybe a bit sensible on being like, okay, like, you know, am I going to be just shooting for just crazy numbers plucked out of thin air, or am I going to be taking profits off the table? You could start to DCA out. I mean, what you don't want to happen is obviously it go up and then just same as last time on all these that we've saw, where they just go up and then they come down just as quick as they did. I mean, yeah, you look at all these. So I think for you, I always say with stuff like this is, don't focus on like the price tag itself so much. Like when your bag hits a certain dollar value that you're happy with, or you think that's a nice chunk of money or whatever, who cares what price it's at? You know, if you're happy with the money that's on the table in your bag, take it off the table. Doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter if it's going to do another 50%, 100%, whatever, you know, because it could easily do minus that. So I think maybe just figure out, you know, maybe a point on the chart, especially if it starts going into price discovery, where you're happy with starting trimming some or taking it all off the table or whatever. And then, you know, that's up to you. But I mean, you can look at fib extensions and stuff if you want to. Discipline, how we doing? What about Giga and China? I'd say the same thing. I mean, I would say the same thing. I think they're obviously lagging. They're lagging behind, aren't they? Giga is lagging behind from what I've seen on the chart then. So same thing, you know, I mean, see quickly, because we've got 4 minutes to go until CPI. I mean, yeah, look at the sell-off was obviously pretty ferocious, wasn't it? Like, there's nothing really much. I mean, what would you really pluck out of the chart there? I mean, you can see areas here, can't you, on the daily where it may start to obviously come into some resistance. So, you know, these all may end up being key levels. So you can, you know, you can pluck them. Anywhere where it sort of looks like, okay, you know, will it start to come into resistance here? But again, you know, it's all about just taking responsibility for your own bag and being like, you know, regardless of what, don't get too caught up on, you know, the dollar figure. So if you see loads of people just start spamming CT and it's everywhere going, oh, SPX to $10, SPX to $10. What is the likelihood that it's just going to go to $10? Or what's the likelihood maybe it might get close, you know, maybe $5, $6, $7. And then obviously it just doesn't get there and leave people holding the bag. So you just got to maybe figure out a certain dollar value. You know, if SPX goes to $5, I'll have this much and I'm pretty happy with that. And then just make sure, you know, you're disciplined with it. But yeah, you know, just, yeah, I don't really know what else to say apart from that. Hope that helped anyway. Yeah, we got 2 minutes to go.
Excuse my ignorance, but what is SPX 6900?
It's a meme. So
what's the story behind it?
It was memed out of what it would take for the token to flip the stock market.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I think at the time it was created, I think it was. I don't know whether the 6,900 is like what it would need to go to flip the stock market, or just the fact it's obviously number 69. I don't know, but it's the idea that, you know, it'll flip the stock market is like the basic, like, kind of meme of it.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Now you know.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So CPI wise, so for the year on year, we got previous was 2.8, forecast is 2.9 currently.
Oh, we got some great viewership today. 55 viewers and only 14 likes. I'm disappointed in that. Make sure you scroll down, drop a like. It only takes a second. We've got 40 seconds to go until CPI is released. So make sure, scroll down, drop a like, subscribe as well. If you are new here, make sure you do subscribe. It is great to welcome you back every single day. So make sure you do them things for us while we wait for this to come in. And then go on. Sorry, mate. You carry on.
No, I was going to say, it's me obviously bringing the boys to the yard, isn't it?
Well, that's it. But, oh, there you go. 28 likes. That was a big jump. Thank you very much, everyone. Keep it going. Drop the likes as we wait for the reaction. We've got 10 seconds to go. Are we going to get much volatility on this? And make sure you do stick around after CPI, because we will be carrying on the stream. So don't go anywhere. And bang, there we go. What are we getting? Oh, look at that. Big pump on Bitcoin.
Brilliant.
Up $400. Shooting to the upside. Look at that. What a rocket ship on the 1 minute that is. We got 2.4%. So it did come in cool. It come in 0.1% lower than forecast, which is really good, actually, because the forecast was higher than the previous. So the previous was 2.3 and the forecast was 2.5. So they expected a little uptick in inflation, which there was, but it was 0.1% lower than forecast, which is good news. So look at that. Big old 1 minute candle there to the upside. And it is carrying on going.
Right. I was gambling on this.
Was you? Well, go on. Give us the good news or the bad news.
No, it's good. Yeah. Actually, I'll work out how to share it on the other screen, and then I'll.
Yeah, go on, mate. Go on. We'll carry on watching it anyway, because that is a big old pump. How's the weather, mate? The weather is absolutely scorching today. You know, how is it in Benner's? I bet it's fantastic. Have you got another JD in hand? Boom. Hey, do you know what? I've only just realised that Reggie Man's back. Reggie Man, where have you been?
Egypt.
Where have you been, Reggie? I haven't seen you in weeks, it feels like. He's only just come back. He must have come back for you, Save.
Yeah,
He must only like you. Reggie Man, where have you been, mate? I've missed you. But yeah, for those people that are just tuning in or missed it, we did get cooler inflation than forecast. We got 2.4%. The forecast was 2.5. We are massively up on Bitcoin in the last couple of minutes, as you can see on the chart.
So I'm just trying to move it.
Take your time. I'm going to have to get a quick drink while we're sat here because it is absolutely roasting. I'm sweating.
You're always sweating.
And I know, I'm always sweaty. I'm always sweaty. Maybe there's a bit of a salty taste to me.
Oh, blimey.
What would you say to that?
I lost for words.
If you licked my skin, would you like it to be salty?
Well, as I remember.
Yeah.
Hang on, just got to concentrate a minute. Oh, this is good. So what's it? But wasn't the figures wrong? Isn't that the wrong way round? Shouldn't that have made it go down?
No.
No. What am I thinking of then? Obviously not that.
I don't know what you're thinking.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm slightly delirious at the moment. I'm quite happy about something. Hang on. Right. All will be revealed. Oh God, what's that?
I'm not sure what you're thinking of. I don't know. But yeah, make sure everyone sticks around because we are staying live. We will be covering the next hour into US Open, and we will be covering US Open. So do not go anywhere. Reggie Man says he's been in Egypt for two and a half weeks. Wow. 39 degrees and Cook landed this morning. First cause of action was to attend a stream. Oh, mate. Tell you what, that is dedication. But Reggie Man didn't show enough dedication to join while away, did he? Unlike our good man, Pappy. Pappy is currently in Benidorm. He says he's got a JD and Coke in hand, some random cocktail on its way, just listening to you two gents while watching my Sol Long pay for the week's drinks. Oh, that's what we like, innit? That is what we like. Ambrose, how we doing? Ivalo says USDT dominance and Bitcoin dominance nuking. Let's go and have a look. Let's go see. Bitcoin dominance. Oh, yes, it is dropping, isn't it? It is dropping. Let's go and have a look on the 1 hour. Yeah, we are dropping off. Look at that. And we are getting a good old pump on ETH. So ETH is coming back up towards today's highs to try and take him out. Obviously, ETH Bitcoin rallying on the back of that. Looks like it's a Sol for anyone. I think it came out yesterday, wasn't it? That it's expected that the Sol spot ETF is going to launch soon, I think. So maybe Sol gets a little bit of strength. It's been a while since we saw Sol get some strength. Obviously, since Trump launched his token on there, it basically killed all Sol strength after that, didn't it? In terms of it on its own market strength. So we'll see maybe if that transfers a bit of strength back to Sol or not. But I mean, pretty much through the list, everything has calmed down a bit. Obviously, yesterday was mental when we were looking at it. We had Uniswap Compound up 20%. A couple of other ETH betas were up 10% or so. So it's calmed down a little bit today across the market. Everything's getting a bit of a cool down by the looks of it. But we are seeing ETH really carry on its bullish momentum, which is good. No internet, lol. I tell you what, that's a poor excuse, that, in it, saved by Reggie Man there. Saying he had no internet. You know, he didn't even think to take like a dongle or something with him. If he didn't think like, oh, maybe I'll have no internet while I'm away and I want to watch the stream. How shocking is that?
Yeah, you can always pay a tenner to whoever your mobile phone provider is and do it on your phone, can't you?
Yeah, or he could have used the Wi-Fi in the hotel, couldn't he? You know, all these options that we're now thinking of. I think it's pretty obvious he just didn't want to take them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just excuses, really.
Yeah, I think that's quite poor excuse as well. In the other land, we are now looking like we're getting a successful flip finally. So this obviously daily box is something we've looked at for a while now on stream as the KSR zone on the S&P 500. We have now cleared it yesterday for the daily close. We've retested it again today here. So, I mean, look at that. there's literally hardly anything apart from when we come up to right towards the all-time high. It doesn't look like there's much stopping the S&P going to all-time highs, which would be absolutely mental considering where it was not too long ago. I mean, that is now from the bottom to where it is now a 26% gain to all-time high. We're talking about 30% within 2 months, which is ludicrous, really, isn't it, when you think about it?
Do you want me to show you this trade then?
Yeah, get it on, mate. Let's get it on.
Hang on. Okay, let's. I'll just show you.
To the moon. Got an entry at 1,600. That is nice, Simon. Well done. That is a really nice entry. You must be up very nicely. And Pappy says, no dedication, 100% attention. That's it, mate. That's it. See, we're only messing, Reggie. We're only messing. Thank you very much. Hope you had a great time in Egypt as well. Hope you had a real nice, relaxing time. You enjoyed yourself. But yeah, welcome back to the streams. No. Great to see. I was worried about you as well, mate. I was thinking, God, as OM bloody took all his spirit. I thought you may not have been coming out of anger towards OM. I really we need an update on the OM trade as well, Reggie. You're gonna have to give us an update in the chat about the OM trade. But yeah, go on, mate. You carry on with this analysis. Go on.
Okay. Am I on?
You're on.
Oh,
you
right,
are live on the Stonksy channel.
Right. So I say it was a bit of a gamble, but I kind of I messed up really because I'd been looking at the channels on Stonksy, and I'd noticed that on the 1 hour sort of thing, if you get like a touch on that inner band, where is it? So for example, that was actually the Elon fallout, wasn't it? Last Thursday, and the price came down here.
Yeah.
And touched that inner band there. Let me just hang on. I'm a bit behind on me monitoring computer. Hang on. It's right. I'm there now. Yeah, so I was thinking if I see something like that, I'm going to go long, and like a complete bloody idiot this morning, I was looking at this, but I was looking at it on what I thought was the 1 hour time frame, but it was the 1 minute time frame, right? So I was down here and I was thinking, oh yeah, it's great. It's gone and touched the inner band thing there. I'll go long. So I went long then, and of course all it did was like fanny about for a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so I was in a trade, and that's how I started the stream, you see, and that's why I was looking at what was going on with the trade, and I must admit that's where I entered there. I don't know what to do at the moment actually, but anyway, so that actually is now in profit. However, I did just move my stop loss up there, and I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I might just move it back a little bit because I might see if it'll bounce off that MA, whatever that is. I don't know though. What do you reckon it's doing right now?
Well, I think probably we're just retracing the news pump, aren't we? News pumps typically don't last. Even if we're going to go up today, you could see maybe a close retracement. I mean, to be fair, where it is, it's retraced kind of half of that big 1 minute candle, hasn't it? So with the strength on the SPX seems to just be going higher and higher. We could see maybe it pop back up. I mean, you've got a nice entry, so
yeah. How far is that? That's yeah, I might just leave the stop loss about there. Oh, what's that?
Oh, we've had a little pop back up there now.
Okay.
Look at that. There we go.
Maybe it'll be all right. Yeah. I think I'm just going to leave that there and then cross my fingers. And
yeah, well, you are in profit regardless, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down there, it'll make about $120, won't it? Which will be okay.
Yeah, which is not bad. Not bad. I mean, it's all profits at the end of the day.
Yeah, but when I was just moving it across to this computer, it was up there, and it was $500 in profit. So I should have just taken it then, shouldn't I? But let's see what happens, eh? Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, let's see.
Have a quick look on the. I mean,
well, 1 minute time frame is green. Then we got on the 3 minute. 3 minute is green as well. What I did notice though this morning, we've had on the 5 minutes been red all morning, hasn't it? Which is kind of worrying me a little bit. I didn't try the 6 minute actually.
Yeah, I think the 1 hour is still green though.
Yeah, the 1 hour is still green, but it's been green for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
That's since since Saturday lunchtime.
5 days.
It is still brilliant, isn't it? The 1 hour. It's like it's great, isn't it? You know. Anyway, so that's where I am with that trade. That's my current trade. So there you go. But yeah, so you get the idea of what I was doing there. Sorry.
It is pushing back up as well, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. So you get the idea of what I was doing there. I was really looking for one of these, you know, when the price comes down and touches the inner band, but I had it at the wrong time frame. Just wondering if there are any other time frames that are worth looking at for that kind of thing. Did you play with it much yourself? The band thing.
The channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been looking at it mostly on the 1 hour, but pretty much on most time frames that you look at it, you can just see how effective it is on all time frames. I mean, the 1 hour is what I've been looking the most at it because I was looking at it on ETH as well on the 1 hour.
All right.
On ETH, it's been it's been obviously working great because you can see there as soon as it came out to the on the first run up that we got. I think it was on Monday, I think, or maybe yesterday. That push up to about 2,700 came out of the inner band, ran right up towards the outer band, then pulled back, and then we got it again on the next peak, and then we got it hit the top of the inner again. I'm guessing that was today.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there. So
yeah,
I really like it, especially as well on Bitcoin. We were looking at it a lot on Monday, and we timed the pullback on Bitcoin absolutely perfectly on Monday's stream using the 1 hour band. It was great. We were looking at it. It was on the 1 hour. The price was outside the band and leading into US home. So it was there. You see where that green triangle came in on the 1 hour there.
Oh yeah.
Well, that pullback that it had there, we were watching it on stream, and the price was about 107,800, I think. And we were discussing it on stream on Monday. We were saying like, well, the price is out the band on the 1 hour. We probably expect a pullback, and then obviously on US Open we got the kind of 1K dip on it, which was really nice. And then that led into an SR test then. And then obviously it just went up from there. But oh yes, there you go, mate. Look at that.
It's nice, isn't it?
That is a nice chunk of change. You're on fire. Your hands are burning.
Yeah, I quite like how that was a mistake actually as well. That was I didn't mean to enter there. So
that was great. I like it a lot. We've got a bit of chat going on between Coding Crypto Fitness and Reggie Man about Egypt, which is nice to see. Bonding over the trip to Egypt.
I always wondered with Egypt, if I turn up in Egypt with a camel, can I swap it for a woman?
You
want to? Well, I'd rather have a woman than a camel, but I haven't got a camel. I haven't got a woman either, but I don't know what's easiest to get. I can just buy a camel. I could buy a woman, but
but yeah, with all the money you've been making, you can.
Oh dear. Anyway, yes. Come on, girls. This is not the place for dating, is it? Really, the Stonksy Indicator singles channel.
I know, yeah. I tell you what I'm keeping an eye on as well. I'm keeping an eye on the Circle IPO. So Circle had its IPO, didn't it, last week?
Oh yeah, I saw you talking about that.
Yeah, and the price is kind of stabilized, but I'm interested to see what happens with that because obviously the business model's great, and it's just like a kind of smaller version of Tether in terms of revenue. So I'm interested to see what happens with that if we get the IPO sell-off on that. But I'm kind of waiting for some more whiz stock picks. Want some fresh whiz stock picks is what we need, innit?
Yeah. So come on, Wiz. You said the defense stuff is good. So what should we be getting at the moment?
Reggie says they would love it. Just make sure you have a deluxe camel with a crap bag on its ass. Nice.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Okay.
We've got Sean saying, how do fellas? Yes, Sean, how we doing, mate? When Lambo? Well, Save with Crypto is probably very close to buying one. So when Lambo is pretty much now for Save.
Actually, it's probably the last car I ever want. Actually, no, not the last car, but like, I actually don't want a Lambo. You know.
Well, I don't even have a car. A little
Okay.
little insight there for you. I actually don't have a car.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you can you drive?
Yeah.
Okay. We just don't need one.
Don't need one. Well, to be fair, we have a car between us. But
Okay.
I don't have my own car. No, I don't need one. I was thinking about getting an electric scooter. I thought that might be quite fun to whiz around on.
Yeah. I mean, I've got an electric bike. You know, you have to pedal, obviously, but you can go
Yeah.
miles on it, and also, you know, you don't worry about hills or anything like that. You can just go up big hills quite nice. The only problem I've got with it is like you can't leave it anywhere because it's like, you know, mine's just too bloody expensive, really. But like,
Oh yeah, you got to be careful that people go around cutting the chains and stuff off, don't they?
yeah,
When you lock it up.
So I you know, the most I'll ever do is lock it up outside a pub and then go in for a drink. You know, but
Take
like
it in with you.
well, if I can, I do, or if I can put it in the garden, I will. You know.
Yeah.
But
Put
so
it in
there's
the
that.
beer garden.
Yeah.
Do make sure as well, just before we continue, if you aren't signed up to BLOFIN, make sure you do sign up. It's first link in the description, and it is in the chat now. I've put it there. Sign up with the Stonksy link. You get some great welcome bonuses, and it is non-KYC, so you sign up with just an email in under a minute. So make sure you do go take advantage of that if you haven't already. Sign up to BLOFIN and begin trading. Futures on there, non-KYC. But yeah, I mean, the weather's perfect now, isn't it, to go to the beer garden? So will you be driving down to spend some of today's winnings at the beer garden tonight?
No.
I've got an interesting question on that, actually. With it being an electric bike, if you had, say, 5 pints and then was riding home, can the police stop you and breathalyze you for that or not?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, they can stop you on a normal bike as well.
And what? So you're not meant to drink ride? Is that right?
No, you're not really supposed to drink and do anything, to be honest. I mean, you can't. You know, drink and walking isn't technically allowed because you're drunk and disorderly, aren't you? But you can get breathalyzed and you can get fined. You can't lose your license though. That's a lot of people.
You don't have a license to ride a bike, do you?
I know a lot of people say that you'll lose your driving license, you know, but that's not true.
Yeah, you're not driving a car. You're not even. I mean, I suppose you are on a motorized vehicle, like.
Yeah, but
we're getting into the technicals here now, aren't we?
But what I was going to say about an electric scooter, I mean, I've seen people just leave them all over the place. I mean, don't they get nicked?
Don't know.
And but there again, some of them are quite so small that you can just take them in wherever you go. Can't you?
Yeah, I mean, mine would pretty much probably only be for like just riding around to the shop or something. Like, I don't need one. I genuinely don't need one. I'd probably just want one.
Yeah, I think I want one as well. I want one for like when you go on holiday, you can just stick it in the back of the car and then.
Oh yeah.
And then use it for that sort of thing. You know, nipping down the shops or whatever and all that. You know. But yeah, sort of Lamborghini wise, I don't need one or want one. I think what I'd like ideally is something like a Tesla Model Y, because I like them, with a tow bar and then one of those little teardrop caravans, you know.
Yeah.
And if I had that, I'd be well happy, you know. Either that or one of those
yeah.
Or like a camper van, but not like a big camper van, more like a little VW California.
Have you never considered just getting yourself an RV?
A big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
You're talking about buying a house. You don't need a house when you got an RV. It is your house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And you can get obviously like a real posh one as well for under 100 grand, so a lot cheaper than a house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
And you can go anywhere you want. Then you go park outside the pub and
Yeah.
stay there overnight.
yeah. But I don't know. I have. Well, to be honest, I used to in a previous job. I used to generate leads for a motorhome hire company who were based in Cambridge, and it was cool actually. If someone filled in the form to rent one, I used to get £1, and at its very best in 2012. Was it 2012? Yeah, 2012. In 2012, I was earning like 10 grand a month from that.
Was you?
Yeah, and I was literally just lying on the beach in Spain most of that time, sort of like, checking up on my iPhone 3GS to see how I was doing. And I was getting like 10 grand a month, from these like inquiries and stuff.
And imagine if you would have just took 1 month's paycheck and put it into Bitcoin back then.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Weirdly enough, there was a mate of mine talking about Bitcoin, and he was saying, "Oh, you want to get into this, And I understood so little about it. I thought a Bitcoin was like a file, so like it'd be like a JPEG or something. So I thought, well, like, how does that work? Because surely you can just copy it or something. I had absolutely no idea about it at all. I didn't actually put any work into learning about it. Partly because this guy is he's a great friend, and he used to sing in my band quite a lot as well, and a lovely fella. But he's one of these conspiracy theorist blokes, and most of what he says is just complete bollocks, and like. And I just thought it's another one of his things, and I just didn't look into it at all. But meanwhile, he went and bought 3 Bitcoin, for the price of about, I think he paid £60 each for them.
Yeah.
So, and he still had them like 10 years later. So he was
still got them.
No, he got bloody scammed out of them with a with a 2-for-1 scam.
No, he didn't.
He did.
What, one of them ones where they say I'll double your Bitcoin?
Yeah.
And he held it for over 10 years and then fell into that trap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
It's an absolute tragic
How
story.
did he fall for that?
I don't know. I know another person who did that as well. He worked for like Watford Council, like all his life, right?
Yeah.
From when he was about 18 to when he was about 50. And he got paid like his pension. He got a big lump sum, and he bought Bitcoin with it, and then did a 2-for-1 scam, and now he's like almost homeless.
Oh my god!
Absolutely hideous. I had one the other day actually. I did a little video about it for just for my Telegram group, but there was somebody appeared on Telegram and he went, "Hello, bro," and I was like, "Hello." He said, My name's Tom, and I said, "Hello, Tom." What? And I said, "What can I?" And I said, "What can I do you for?" I always say that to scammers, but anyway, so I said, "What can I do you for?" And he said, "Oh, I want to buy your Telegram name, which is saved with crypto, right?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh yeah, it's a nice name, isn't it? Saved with crypto." I said, "Like, how much are you going to give me for it?" And he said, "I'll give you 1,000 ton." Right. So I didn't know how much ton was worth, so I quickly looked it up, and it's like $3 and that. So he was going to give me $3,000 for my Telegram name. And I said, "No, I want more than that." And he said, "How much?" And I said, 2 Bitcoin. And he said, "I'll give you 10,000 ton." Right. So then that was up to 10,000 ton. 30k. And I said, no, I'm not interested. And he said, "Okay, I'll give you 100,000 ton." At which point I was thinking, like, he's just done himself for a Bitcoin, hasn't he? Because like he's offering me 3 Bitcoin now for like that when I only wanted 2 Bitcoin for it, And so he said that, and I go, yeah, all right. So his next message was a bloody smart contract with a, like, you know, click here to confirm the sale. You know, I mean, God knows what would have happened if I'd have clicked that. I guess it would have linked to a wallet and then drained it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so watch out for that. If someone wants to buy your Telegram name, watch out, because yeah, that was horrible. Well, it wasn't horrible because I knew what he was doing, but like,
yeah, I mean, it's anyone that thinks that's real though, for someone to go from 3,000 to 300,000.
I know.
Telegram handle.
I know, particularly when I said you could have it for 2 Bitcoin, which is like a mere $200,000, isn't it? You know,
You should have just gone back and said, I'm not clicking that, but send me 10% here so I know you're serious.
Yeah,
And then we can do the proper sale. I think always what's good is when you've got someone that's just an outright scammer like that, try and scam them. Like, if you can scam the scammer, then it's just game over, in it. That is just like you win straight away. So if you can scam the scammer, then that is the way to do it, for sure. But yeah, Sean says he couldn't buy a Lambo in Manchester. The speed bumps would wreck it in 5 minutes. Suppose that is one thing you've got to consider, in it.
Oh yeah, there was a mate of mine. He when I lived in the Alps in France.
Yeah,
he got given a. It was knackered, but it was a V12 E-Type Jag. No, it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't E-Type. It was the one. Oh, was it S-Type? Was it? No, hang on.
S-type.
It was the one. It was the Saint one. You know, it wasn't the E-Type. It was the one that came out in like the 80s. It was like a sports car, but
yeah.
Anyway,
I
think it was the E F.
F. No, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, whatever it was a Jaguar sports car with a V12 engine in it, and he couldn't drive that anywhere in the Alps because like there was like speed bumps quite often, and like it wouldn't go over them. The only way you could get over them is by going sort of like at an angle to him, you know. And, yeah, just rubbish really. But yeah. So yeah, the impracticalities of a Lambo, eh?
Yeah, there we go. That's why I have not got one as well. That's why that's the only reason we've all not got one in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just not practical. So that's why I stick with having none. Crypto Bro says, yo, let's go. Hey, Crypto Bro, how we doing? Reggie Man says, I looked at Bitcoin in the early days, could have bought 500 Bitcoin for $1,000, but couldn't buy it from anywhere in the UK at the time. What year was this? Because was that the... Could you not have... I mean, I suppose obviously it's no good thinking about it now because it's just pure pain in it. But could you not have worked a way around it, or maybe tried to buy some peer-to-peer? Like, I know obviously that's the way it had to be done in the early days, wasn't it? You had to like actually like meet up with someone and get it off, buy it or sell it, or you just had to kind of pay them and trust them that they would send it you. So Cryptogenic says Jaguar XJS.
That's it. Yeah.
Cryptogenics on it, mate. He's always on it. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing anyway. Do you want to pull up the Bitcoin chart on your screen? So you can keep track of your trade as well.
Well,
yeah, there we go. So it's sticking up there, isn't it?
It's okay, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just push that up a little bit.
So would you, in the instance, obviously, of when we get US Open, if it hits, say, around about the $1,000 mark, would you close it, or are you kind of hoping that this goes to all-time high from here?
Oh, good question. Let's have a look at the chart.
What are you thinking? Or are you just kind of just waiting to see what comes your way?
I'll probably wait and see what happens, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like it to get over. Hang on. Sorry, I'm doing the old classic StreamYard thing.
Yeah, and there we go. Stonksy is still green on the 1 hour as well. So for those of you that are watching, if you haven't yet, you can click the first link in the description, sign up to Stonksy, get your first month with 20% off. Or for those of you watching on the X stream, go to stonksy.io, or the link is in the bio of the X account. And yeah, it's the monthly plan, and bot 20 at checkout. It's at the top of the website. You'll see it on the monthly is the one you want to get that discount.
Yeah. The only thing that's worrying me at the moment is this oscillator thing on the 1 hour, because at the moment that's been sort of banging up against the top, hasn't it? And it's started to come down a little bit.
Yeah,
now.
it started to kind of roll over a little bit, hasn't it?
So I'm wondering if that could be the end of the fun, or is that just a bit like what happened there? You know?
Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one for the position it's at, isn't it? Really.
I think what I'll do.
We've got TMG in the chat saying, I think it's a long. Market seems strong.
Right. Okay. Bearing in mind what he said, I'm going to pull that stop loss down a little bit. I don't know why I'm listening to what he's saying, but I suppose I should.
There we go. TMG back in the chat. It's great to see him back in.
No, he's been doing well with his shorts and stuff, hasn't he? Yeah. Okay.
Are you in the TMG trenches?
I am. Yeah. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an interesting one, isn't it? It's a bit of an. We've got US Open in just under half an hour. Make sure you do get your voting on the poll as well. Let's see what we've got. So currently we've got 10 votes in. 60% of people thinking that we're going up on US Open. And we have 36 likes. So great like ratio. Big thank you to everyone that's liked the stream so far. Make sure if you haven't, scroll down, drop a like. It only takes a minute. Well, it doesn't even take a minute. It takes a second. And, of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure you sub. For those of you watching on X, hop over to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. We're slowly making our way towards 2,500 subscribers. So you can help us get there a little bit faster. We're up to 37 likes, which is great. We always get a good turnout on CPI days.
Yeah. Actually, I'll tell you what.
A good turnout.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to change that to a partial one, I think, and have that so that takes.
You're all at 6s and 7s, aren't you, mate?
I know. I'm a bit nervous actually.
You're all at 6s and 7s, yeah. Are you feeling salty? Are you sweating a bit?
Hang on a sec. Let me just do this. 109.
Yeah, go on. You do that, and I'll carry on chatting away. So
what was it? 109.
What?
What was it? 109 370 or that?
I can't remember.
I'll show you how to do it anyway. But if you do that on BLOFIN, you can do that, and then you can go for partial, and you can set like half of it, so you take half off. So you've got a partial stop loss. Now that is really cool because I think that's in the wrong place.
Reggie Man says long and strong.
There you go.
Cryptogenics in a low. It's a saves trade.
This one.
Save trade, not mine. Yeah.
Wow.
Because he says take profit. It's save with cryptos trade. That's on the screen at the moment.
I don't really want to take profit, but because it's been up, because it was much more a few minutes ago. But yeah, I see what you're saying. So what I've done now, I've set this partial stop loss here. So if it hits that, then I've got money to play with, haven't I? I suppose
so. Yeah, I suppose so.
I don't know really. Anyway, what are you going to do?
All I was saying was the fun is not over. Obviously, we've got US Open coming in 25 minutes, so make sure you do stick around for that. And then tomorrow we have got more data coming out. We've got PPI, Price Producer Index, tomorrow on stream at the same time, 1:30 UK time, 12:30 UTC time for whatever time zone you're in. So make sure you come to tomorrow's stream as well. All you fine people that have joined today, I imagine there's a fair few of that. Are you that didn't make sense. There's a fair few here that have tuned in for the first time today, whether you're on X or on YouTube. So make sure you do subscribe. And of course, sign up to BLOFIN. It is first link in the description, and I'll pop it in the chat now. If you do want to take a trade, like Say With Crypto is doing on screen, non-KYC, then sign up to that. It is in the chat now, banged it in there. First link in the description as well, and you get yourself some nice welcome bonuses when you use the Stonksy link. So do head over there if you haven't already. It is a great exchange.
Yeah, you see what's confusing me at the moment is like,
go on.
I'm worried about this oscillator here because I think it might come down and like it does sometimes.
Yeah.
But if I look at that on like say just like the 45-minute time frame, that looks more promising, And then even on like the 30-minute, I mean, a 30 minutes cool, because you see that went from like that dark red to pink down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then up we came, didn't we? So
yeah, it's had more time to reset, hasn't it? Because it's had more candles.
Yeah.
It's had more time to kind of reset. We've got Nick. Yes, Nick. How we doing, mate? Great to see you in the chat again. Welcome. And we've got Al Pacino saying 111k. And that is a very nice owl you've got there, my friend. That is a nicely coloured owl. I like it. 111k, you're thinking, yeah? So not quite a break of all-time high. Just touching a little touch below. Obviously, clear them local highs, maybe, is what you're thinking. A liquidity grab above is maybe your thought process there. But yeah, for those of you that are first-time viewers today, welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying yourself. And of course, if you want more insight like this, if you want more indication into the market, you can sign up to Stonksy. It is second link in the description, and you get 20% off when you use code BOT20 on the monthly plan. You get 20% off your first month. So for those of you on X, head over to stonksy.io, or the link is in the X account bio as well. Yeah, it'd be great to see you some of you over there. You get full indicator access, oscillator access is obviously what we're looking at on screen at the moment. You do also get access to the Discord server, and we run trading bots on BLOFIN, so you can get access to them as well. Full package. Imagine China, US, Saudi all going on a bidding war for Bitcoin reserve. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to think about all that. I don't really know what to think about all that.
Okay. Yeah, Tesla I'm quite excited about. That's good.
Yeah, well, it's had a really good reversal, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's nice. Google's doing all right as well.
I imagine the Mag 7 are up pretty well, because the S&P 500 is obviously up nicely pre-market. So I imagine they are. I'll just flick. We'll have a little look. You can keep your screen on, mate. I'll just flip back over to mine a second, and then I'll put you back on. Okay. But pre-market, we've got Nvidia up a little bit there, up to 145. We've got Apple up a little bit. We've got Meta up very slightly. Microsoft is actually down a little bit. Amazon is down, up a little bit, just around to Monday's highs. And then obviously, yeah, Tesla, the big one, making that big recovery from last week's dip. From the Pico bottom, we are up just shy of 23%. Obviously, if you was buying in and around anywhere here, you're 13, 14, maybe even 15% up. So that is a great recovery on Tesla, and it is looking like it's going to open as the biggest gainer as well. It closed yesterday 5.67%, by far the biggest gainer across the Mag 7, and it looks like it's going to open the biggest gainer today as well. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, it's back up at 109.7. I'll put you back on now, mate.
I haven't got anything to talk about.
No? Sure.
Well, I will. Actually, I will mention one thing. Actually, while I'm here, it's just because I know some of the people who watch me know about Zoid Pay, which is this thing here, which has had a rough few years, but so they've had this app that they've been trying to get approved by Apple, and it's a kind of like a fintech payment app type thing.
Yeah.
And what they actually did, they've temporarily removed the crypto side of it, and it is now approved by Apple. So, so that their plan is to, now they've actually got the app up and running, then hopefully they can add the crypto bit onto it, and hopefully get past the Apple police a bit easier, And I was kind of hoping this would go up in price a little bit. I did buy some the other day at 0.00146, and it's at 0.00157 at the moment, which is what's that? That's a little bit, isn't it?
Oh, it's a wee bit of a gain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 8%. You see, because the token is worth so little now. I mean, this thing was a.
I think I've heard of this before.
It's probably me babbling on about it, to be honest.
Or maybe I'm getting confused with Zcash. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of ZPay. I can't remember.
But anyway, things are starting to look more positive for that. You know, if anybody wants to gamble on something that, something that is Romanian and has had a pretty rough time over the past few years.
Is that tied at all to eGold?
Well, it's at the moment it's on the Multiverse X blockchain.
Right, I thought it was.
Yeah, but which is how come I got into it in the first place, because it was one of the ones that it's one of the tokens that got introduced with their meta bonding thing, where you used to get it for free. You know.
Yeah.
If you staked, various things, but like, so that's how come I got into it in the first place, and then I interviewed the boss, Edward Anici. I interviewed him on my channel back in January 2023, and you know, he had all his plans that he was talking about, and it didn't quite happen. You know, nothing really happened like he said, really. So it was all a bit disappointing. But it looks like, as of yesterday, you know, things might start to turn around a little bit. But it's one of those things where you think, well, okay, well, they need to start making some money soon, because they've not made any money for like years.
Yeah.
So if they can stay alive, they'll be fine, and the token will go up in price. But the gamble is can they get it all done in time before they run out of money? You know, but you know, it might be something worth looking at. The only place you can get it at the moment is actually on Multiverse X, things like the X exchange, right, or KuCoin, and KuCoin's got so little liquidity there. It's quite hard to buy it. You know, if you put a limit order in, it'll sit there for like a week before it fills. You know, even when it's right on the price. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sit there for a week.
it will, honestly. It's like the market cap is just, I don't know. It's bugger all. It's like 1 million or something. You know, it's like,
I think I had a look then. I think it's 500k.
Yeah, it's like a meme coin. You know.
Yeah.
That might be out of date, because all the data for it is out of date, because
right.
It's been on various exchanges, and then they just drop it. It was on what was it called? I can't remember now. But anyway, it was on some bigger exchange, and they dropped it as well. So anyway, what you got there to talk about?
Well, I just pulled up the CME chart. I thought we'd have a look at that. We've got Nick saying, when do you think the cycle will end? I mean, it's a fascinating question, isn't it? It's a fascinating question, in theory. I mean, I think currently we've obviously been in a bull market for 2.5 years as it stands. If we get towards the end of the year, and you know, Bitcoin's at new highs from here, or it's gone to new highs and then maybe come back down a bit or whatever, personally, I don't know. I struggle to think it will go on for more than 3 years. Like, you pull up the weekly chart, we've been in a high time frame uptrend for 2.5 years. Obviously, come the end of this year, will become 3 years. So I do kind of struggle to see past that. But we'll see. I mean, the thing is, no one knows, do they? No one actually knows for sure when. There'll be signs, and you know, you can theorize and stuff, but no one knows for sure when it's over, which is the tricky one. So you can only plan, can't you? You can only try and plan. Got Reggie Man saying, speaking of low caps, no, I haven't looked at it yet, mate. I haven't looked at it. I completely forgot about it, to be honest. I will take a look though. But yeah, we also got this CME gap open for those of you that aren't aware. There is a CME gap much lower, so we're down to 105.060 is the lower end of the CME gap. Now there is a premium on the CME by a couple $100, so for this to close, we would probably have to go down towards here-ish, where I've highlighted on this chart, I would imagine, for that to close. So, you know, something to bear in mind for the coming weeks if we, you know, obviously stay here around these, or maybe go higher for the rest of this week. But, you know, most of the, you know, we can spend a while, can't we, away from these CME gaps. Most of the time they end up closing. No excuse. Hey, never mind you. There was no excuse for you not to join our streams on holiday. Rude, isn't it, mate? It's rude. But yeah, for those of you, obviously, now while I've got my screen up, I can show you exactly where you can sign up to Stonksy. So this is the website, stonksy.io. Like I mentioned before, the link is in the X bio or it's in the YouTube description. And it is code BOT20, so you can see it here, BOT20. And it's this plan that you want. So you get access to everything on this monthly plan. The indicator, the oscillator, the Discord server, and the trading bots. And it is 20% off the first month you get. So you get your first month for £116. So, and of course, it is just a monthly rolling plan. So yeah, do make sure you come and check that out. It'd be great to see some of you over there. If you do take advantage, which you definitely should, make sure you ping a message in the Discord when you join, saying that you come from the CPI stream. It'd be great to know some of you have come over. But yeah, we've got what have we got? 13 minutes until we get US Open. So we'll see what we've got coming from there. Up until now, Bitcoin's holding up quite well, isn't it?
It is.
Go and have a look at the 1 minute chart.
Which makes me happy.
Yes, it is holding up quite well. I mean, we're up to 109,750 now. ETH is obviously doing its thing as well, holding up quite nice. We did push up to 2822 on ETH, and it is maybe looking like it's going to try again. And then we're getting movements on others as well. We've got Sol 167 up 1.2%. You're keeping me up, mate.
Sorry.
You're keeping me up. But yeah, I tell you what, something I did look at, and this chart, I wouldn't imagine that this chart would look like this. So Rolls-Royce, I think they won like a good contract or something. I think they won a government contract to provide God knows what. But look at the Rolls-Royce weekly chart. You just wouldn't imagine it, would you? Well, I wouldn't anyway. Look at it.
Aren't they mostly like aeronautical stuff now?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know that they won a government contract, and I think it's like quite a big deal. But I mean, look at the state of that. The thing just doesn't stop.
That's amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like I just wouldn't have imagined.
How did you stumble across that?
I saw someone talking about this contract that they'd won. So I thought, well, I'll have a look at the stock price. And I was blew away when I looked at the weekly chart. I was like, wow. Just like up only, isn't it? Literally just up only.
Yeah, it is a surprise.
And I mean, I don't know. Yeah, so it's literally on to just new all-time highs. I mean, look at that. So it bottomed out around here for a while, didn't it? It had through 2020. Didn't even do too much through, obviously, the 2020 bubble and stuff. 2021 bubble. And then, it traded in here for a long while. So the couple of years of accumulation and then just bang, it's been non-stop up only. And obviously, Stonksy still riding that high time frame trend. The weekly chart is insane for grasping these high time frame trend changes. So yeah, I thought I would mention that because I was stunned when I looked at that. I mean, it's comfortably now, over a 10x in 2 years, which is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there we go.
I've been looking at this one. These Canadian people keep talking about. It's called. It's a TradFi one. It's Eli Lilly. It's like a pharmaceutical company. The ticker's LLY.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing as well. The whole of the TradFi thing is a complete revelation to me because I didn't realize there are things that move almost like crypto, within it.
I think it does kind of open your eyes a bit, doesn't it? Because you assume like things move like very small percentages and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Like you don't think things move like altcoins, but I mean, look at CoreWeave. You know, that thing did a 4x in a couple of weeks, didn't it?
I know, it's mad, wasn't it?
Like that was unbelievable. That. So another one of the Wiz stock picks.
So did Wiz drop any alpha about defense stocks or not? Don't think
I can't remember what they are though. I get a bit mixed up in what's what. He dropped some into the Stonksy Discord yesterday, but they were farmer ones, so they were Verve and RXRX.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know what the defense ones are. He's been talking about. Do you think taking profit from IBM would be a good decision? I'm 86% up on my total investment. I mean, the thing is, I mean, we can't give any financial advice on the channel, but I suppose you've just got to ask yourself, you know, do you want to take some money off the table? And, you know, is it a wise decision? I mean, when you're 86% up on something, you know, there's two things that can happen, isn't there? You know, you can either take money off the table and then, you know, look to roll it into something else, or you can leave it on the table and it either carries on up or you obviously end up retracing some. But looking at this, I mean, this thing is just unbelievable. I mean, it's just non-stop, isn't it? Just non-stop up. So at the moment, obviously, it's at fresh all-time highs. Pre-market up 277, all-time high. I suppose you just got to ask yourself, you know, would it be wise to take some money off the table and maybe look to roll it into something else, or at least, you know, just cut your risk while it's in price discovery? That decision is obviously down to you. Only you can make that choice. But there are obviously responsible actions that you could take, you know, while you're 86% up. But again, yeah, it's completely down to you, mate. But I mean, great trade. You know, 86% up. Well done. That's a fantastic trade. But well, you know, especially when things going on parabolic like this, you know, this has just been going parabolic, and it week after week. You know, eventually, at some point, it will come to an end naturally. You know, no matter what happens, all these things that are going parabolic, they will find a ceiling, and then they'll obviously start to retrace and distribute back down. So again, that's, you know, something else to account for. Are you willing to maybe risk more upside? Or, yeah, you could obviously look to do the opposite of that. It's completely up to you. I mean, I've been looking at Weeble. I'm interested in Weeble.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's kind of a similar app to, you know, I think it's majority stocks, I think. Weeble, kind of a bit like Robinhood. But obviously, it's had its IPO, topped out at 70, nearly $80, and it's down to 10 now. So a big sell-off. But I mean, to me, it looks like maybe it's starting to bottom out a bit, I think. I don't know. What do you think?
What is it again? Isn't it some sort of Uber type thing? Or no, it's not.
No, Weeble. It's kind of like stocks and shares platform.
Oh, okay.
So kind of a bit like Robinhood and stuff like that, and Trading 212, like that.
Okay. Why has it gone down so much? Do we know?
I don't know. It had its IPO, and then, I mean, probably it was just massively overvalued. I mean, look at that. The jump from that day to that day. So it's had its IPO here, and then it just jumped. I don't know what made it jump so much, but literally it just jumped, didn't it? From like $12 there, and just went all the way up to 80. So I'm not exactly sure what caused the spike and then the sell-off, but potentially maybe it's back into its value area. I don't know. So something to keep. I'm going to keep an eye on it anyway.
Yeah. I don't know really. It's probably one of those things where I think, you know, I'd just buy a little bit and just hang on to it and see what happens. Really.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, when Summit's had an absolutely amazing rise like it did, you know, it gets the attention of people, and they keep an eye on it, and then they've obviously got a lot of bag holders as well, haven't they? You know, they've like bought the top, and they're keeping the interest going because they want to see it go up again. But I don't know. I mean, I think in that case, to me, it's like okay, well, the honeymoon's over now, so you know, you got to see what the normal price action is, and that probably involves waiting a month or two and just to see what it does really, and to see what the company's all about. I realised more than anything now with the TradFi stuff is it's it's so fundamental driven. It's literally like Google will do well if like Apple do something bad, or if Apple have an announcement about something and it's not as good as people expected, it will do bad, and it's all that kind of stuff really. So I'd have to know more about the company really, and then I'd probably base it more on fundamentals than the actual chart itself.
I mean, I like the fact that the ticker's bull as well. Like that's quite good, isn't it?
That is good, but
Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep you guys updated on maybe what I do with it. But mate, I think we should cut back to Bitcoin and maybe take a look at your trade if you want, because we are pushing up very close towards today's highs.
Okay, well, my trade's looking nice.
There you go. I've thrown you back on. There we go. Oh, look at it go. Look at it go.
But it could do better, couldn't it? Surely.
Can always do better.
What I did when you weren't looking as well, I put a stop loss here for like the whole lot. So
I wasn't looking.
so that one stop loss to take half off, and that one closes it completely. Just because I don't want to lose any money on stream, because I did that before once, and it was very embarrassing, even when it was only like £2 or whatever it was. But like. Obviously, you notice the position size here is quite large. In fact, I'm sure it was bigger than that. Did I?
No, it wasn't. I remember seeing them. Oh, I don't know. I remember seeing the margin before, and it's the same as what it's showing now.
All right. I thought it was bigger than that. Oh yeah. Well, 109 grand is quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a silly amount, really. That's like.
Yeah.
It's like anyway, so bearing that in mind, I don't want to lose any money. Obviously the margin here is what is it? 5.5 grand, so there's that as well. Okay.
Crypto Nate B says they are going to take it all back on open. So I think Crypto Nate B thinks that we're going to have a sell-off on open.
Crypto Nate B, do we know him? Is he irregular?
He does pop into the streams. Yeah.
Okay.
He does pop into the streams a fair bit.
Okay. Why do you think that Crypto Nate B?
I suppose not.
Right.
Sometimes what we see is we do see a retracement, don't we, one way or another, from what it's done leading into open, the same as what it does on open.
That is true. Anyway, let's just go back to
We've got 1 minute to go anyway. We've got 45 seconds. So hold on to your hats. Say with crypto, hold on to your trade if you are holding it into open or whatever you're doing. If you're messing with it, I'll head back to. Do you want to leave your screen on, or do you want me to go on?
Oh, you can go on if you like. You're a pro at that.
Well, it gives you time to manage your trade, doesn't it, mate? Because
that's
obviously you might want to do something to it. So I'll put my screen back on so you focus on your money making machine.
All right. Okay.
It is really struggling to push through 109,900. It is. Yes. SMFC. It is struggling at that point, isn't it? There. So we'll see what happens anyway. But we are open.
Ooh.
There we go. So we are open. We did get a little dip then, didn't we, in the first iteration then. We are dropping on this 1 minute candle.
Okay.
Is it making you feel a bit uncomfortable, mate?
I was looking at the chart and I was thinking that doesn't make sense. And I realised I was looking at Palantir.
Legend.
Brilliant. I'm all right. I have moved up my partial stop loss quite a bit, actually. So
yeah,
if it hits that, I don't mind.
And I don't mind that, because with BLOFIN you're trading with USDT anyway. So if it just took some profit in USDT, I can always use that for another trade, can't I? You know.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be BTC; it could be something else. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I could just spend it on my gas bill or something. You know.
Exactly, mate. That's right. Let's go and see. So we're kind of hanging around at this level. We've obviously got a gap up on Nvidia. We have a gap up on Apple, Meta. So all these are doing well. Microsoft headed to the downside. Amazon up a little bit. Obviously, there you go. Tesla up 2.5%, the biggest gainer again. I mean, that thing has just provided the best volatility on it in terms of the Mag 7. Like,
it has. I don't know what to do.
You know,
with
when it got crushed alongside everything else into April, you know, the point of resurgence for it was up like 50%, wasn't it? And then obviously it sold off again, had that big downwards day, and then it's up, you know, another good chunk from there. So it has provided the best volatility for sure, and probably the best opportunities as well. Well, we are tumbling down a bit now. Now the thing is, obviously, is this going to be a fall off down towards the origin of the news candle, or are we just dumping on open, and then maybe after a certain amount of time we're going to take flight back up? 109,500 now.
Right. I'm out.
It's a bit nasty. That is a bit nasty.
Nah, I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See if I made any money.
Ivalo says, Coinbase dropping again. Will this ever go to 300 again? It's a good question. I mean, they've got a great business model, haven't they? So, I don't know. But I mean, just don't know. These things can take a long, long time, can't they? These things can take a long, long time.
Oh, that's annoying. I lost $11.
Ah, well, you know what? At least you didn't make an actual loss. I'm guessing that's just on fees, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. It happens, mate. It happens, doesn't it? At least you had your precautions in place, though.
Yeah, I should have taken note of whoever it was who said take profit, shouldn't I?
Crypto Nate B.
Yeah.
He put it in 2 minutes before US Open. The rascal. But we're now pretty much fully retraced that impulse candle from the CPI data. So
yeah,
we've come back to the origin.
Yeah, don't rub it in.
No, mate. You know, it happens. I mean, you're on a hot streak, aren't you?
Oh yeah. No.
There's nothing. There's nothing to clown you about. You're up grand on Tesla, so you know a couple of $100 on a Bitcoin trade doesn't mean anything at the moment to you.
Well, it was only 11, you know, like. Yeah, that's all right. I can handle it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, yeah, obviously Dean said as well about it struggling at this point, which it was indeed. Now the question is, obviously, if that is maybe a lack of momentum now, are we gonna maybe start heading to the downside? You know, it just can't seem to break up, can it? Or are we just gonna absolutely pain everyone and just do this for another week?
Don't know.
But that CME gap is there. You know, it is there, and it's something obviously that the market is attracted to. So have it marked out, because you know, the only thing we're closing that CME gap, obviously it'd be good to close the CME gap, but it will be back below, obviously, this key SR level that we've got here. And then it just wipes out all that momentum from the upside move, doesn't it? So, yeah, I don't know. But it's a tricky spot, because obviously if it goes any higher, you would imagine we can pretty much see. Obviously, it's a bit different if you look on the 1 minute. It was that kind of 109,800/$900 level. But you can see, obviously, looking on the 1 hour, we have this barrier of just above 110K, like 110.3. If we break above there, it would probably be harder for it not to break its all-time high. So, You know, if we break above there, then it's pretty much, I would imagine, nailed on that we're going to go and sweep the all-time high at least and then create a new one. If not, go to expansion. But as it stands, we're not getting there. Crypto Nate, he's rolling in his glory. He's rolling in his glory, mate. Yeah, don't take it from him. There we go. I mean, interesting US Open for sure. Interesting US Open.
Yeah, I wonder why that did dump then.
I'm guessing. I mean, it's gone back to the origin of the news candle, hasn't it? And now, oh god, yeah, it's back up now. So it's a bit annoying. But it
bollocks.
And these are this is the kind of hardness to obviously trade around now with such heavy weight on the ETFs and what happens on TradFi Open.
Actually, to be fair, right, if I wasn't on a live stream, I wasn't sharing it with like 100,000 people out there, then I probably wouldn't have had that stop loss there, you know.
What, would you have just rode it?
I probably would, yeah. But
don't blame us, mate.
No, I'm
blaming everyone. He's blaming us.
I'm blaming the masses. It's like, it's all your fault. Anyway, no, I'm just saying this is what I do for you every Wednesday. I just, you know, I just sacrifice myself. Just
yeah. You put yourself on the cross
just for the stream, you know, just for the success. So I think that deserves a big like, doesn't it? Go on.
It does. Make sure you do go and drop a like. And to be honest, we're actually above the viewer count for likes. We're at 40 likes and 38 viewers, so that is great.
Yeah. I was just looking at my BitGet commission. That's made me happier.
Well, there you go, mate. There you go.
Yeah.
Crypto Nate says, "I just want us all to win." Yeah, I know. Just a bit of friendly jousting in the chat, wasn't it? But it is all the way back up, mate. So yeah, you really effed up there. I'm only messing.
Well, actually,
I tell you what. Oh, go on. No, carry on.
No, I have got a much bigger trade open on Bybit, which is.
Well, I was going to ask about. Is that the one that you originally? If you still got that one open from, it was at 86k, and then obviously your entry moved up a bit, didn't it? But have you still got that open?
No, I closed that.
Right.
I closed that last week. I can't remember why.
Yeah.
I think it's just it looked like we're. I mean, I closed it well though. I closed it up at like 111 or something like that.
Did you? Oh, that's good.
So,
nice.
You know, but by that time I'd sort of added to it and taken away and all that sort of stuff. And
yeah,
and the entry didn't look so sexy as it did before, you know. But
yeah,
you know, it was good though. You know, I made a nice few quid out of it, and
absolutely.
I think
that's what it's all about, isn't it?
I think that original $800, I think I took that to about 9k. So
yeah,
that's what I did in about a month and a half, you know. So that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't complain with that at all.
You know, I mean, generally, I think, you know, if I make 2k in a month, I'm happy because that's like almost like a normal wage, isn't it? You know, like a wage you get paid if you work in Lidl.
Well, that's it, mate. That's it. You know, if you can make, you know, that amount or whatever, just by sitting at your desk, it's nothing to be sniffed at, is it?
No, it's nice. And that, you know, I don't trade with like, you know, certainly don't start off with like ginormous amounts of money. I do a bit with the TradFi stuff though, because that's essentially some money that my dad left me with that. But that's why I'm super careful with that. You know, I'm not doing any leverage with that. That's, you know, that is. I mean, well, it's not massive, like 20k, you know, but like that is a bigger amount. But that's I'm very, very careful with that. So
that one's increasing slowly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. I'm enjoying it all. It's it's been nice the last year or so. You know, been good.
Yeah, it's been it certainly has.
Cool. Oh, you're setting your foot spa.
I have had it on, yeah. I have. You caught me red-handed there.
I heard it beep. I can always tell what you're up to because your voice goes a bit distant because like you move away from the mic and then you're obviously fiddling down by your feet and then I hear a little beep and that's it. It gives the game away.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing.
I was just buying some Weeble.
Oh, were you?
I've just bought some, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'll tell you what I was going to ask actually. You've got one of those desk microphone stand things, haven't you?
Yes.
What does it do? Does it clamp onto your desk or how's it work?
Yeah, clamp onto your desk.
Okay. Have you got a good one or is it
No, it's good. It's a Rode one.
Oh, it's a Rode one, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Not to flex on you or anything.
No, you see, I was looking at those and I was thinking, shall I actually get a Rode one? And because that's what you're supposed to have, isn't it? But
yeah.
Well, it's like the proper one, isn't it? You know, and so at the moment, I just because I've got a separate mic now, and I just use like a mic stand, like what you'd use with a band, you know.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
But it doesn't go up and down like my desk does, you see, because I've got a standing desk. So I was thinking maybe I should get one that clamps onto my desk, and then I started thinking, okay, well, I should probably get a Rode one because they're the best, aren't they? You know, like and I don't know how much they're worth actually. I think they're about 100 quid now. I think they're like 70, 80 quid sort of thing, you know, so it's not cheap, but you get what you pay for, don't you?
Well, that's it. It's like anything in life, innit? You get what you pay for. Veggie says, does anyone want any golden Virginia?
As it happens, I did used to smoke years and years ago, like about 30 years ago, you know, and the way I actually stopped, I thought the only way I'm going to stop, actually, it was in the days when you used to be able to smoke in the pub, you know, and I used to smoke when I drank, right, and I thought if I can stop smoking in a pub on a Saturday night, then that'll become a habit for me to go to the pub and not smoke, you know.
Yeah.
So what I'd done, I'd just come back from Tunisia actually, and I had like three big pouches of Golden Virginia, and on one Saturday night I got to my very last roll up, you know, and I just rolled it and smoked it. And I thought that's it. I've run out of tobacco, and it's like 10:30 on a Saturday night in a pub, and that's the last cigarette I smoked, and that was yeah, I don't know. That was a long time ago, in the 90s sometimes.
Wow.
But yeah, and I actually stopped at that point. So the last thing I ever smoked was, last thing I ever smoked that was tobacco was Golden Virginia. There you go. No, I don't want any.
It's unbelievable that. So you're not even smoked one since then?
Well, I've had the odd spliff, but like, you know, sort of a...
Yeah, I bet you'd be having one tonight after that Tesla win.
I know. I might do. I can't see
Let's see what Tesla's doing. 332. Very nice. Very nice.
Nice. So I think it'll go higher actually. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it was. What was it? It was up in the 400s, wasn't it?
I don't know. Oh yeah, it was. I think it went to 500 at the end of last year.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
Make sure you send my Weeble up there as well.
Weeble. What's the ticker for it? I'll add it to my list.
Bull.
Just bull.
To me, the theory behind it is, it's to me just looking at if this was an altcoin or something. You know, we've got, say this was like an altcoin launch. You know, you've obviously got the big run up at the start, you've got the sell off, and then it's pretty much back to obviously where it bottomed out before the thing, yo. So then, you know, you're getting accumulation now. So my just a simple theory is that, you know, is this just like a bottoming out phase and accumulation, and then obviously what you would normally happen is it would go on course again. So that's my theory. I mean, down at $10, I don't think there's. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know anything about its earnings and stuff like that, or anything. I'm just literally just looking at the chart, and for the fact that it's a recent IPO, just thinking that normally, obviously, everything at least gets a second pump, doesn't it?
Yeah. Where's it actually from?
I think it's American. I think.
Okay. What price did you just buy at?
I think it was only 5 minutes ago, or so. So I don't know.
11 something.
11 something, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll come back to this.
All right.
This will be my trade going into next week, or maybe even week after, or whatever. We'll see. What have we got?
Where are you trading that?
Trading 2-on-2.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Lol, that's what I'm smoking right now. Cryptogenic. He's on your wavelength, mate. He's having a naughty cigarette. Jeff, the legend. Big up, Jeff. Absolute legend. But yeah, just do make sure you drop a like if you haven't. And of course, make sure for this absolutely fantastic stream that we've done today, make sure you are signed up to BLOFIN. And make sure you come and join us at Stonksy to get access to the indicator, the oscillator, the Discord server, and the trading bots. Make sure you take advantage of that 20% off your first month. It'd be great to see you over there. Please do come and join us. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with it. I don't know. I might just be hitting and hoping. Who knows?
Oh, I think it'll do all right. I know on that Traders TV they've been talking about it quite a lot.
What, Weeble?
Yeah.
Have they?
Yeah, quite favourably as well. You know.
What have they been saying?
Well, they kind of just day trade stuff, you know, and you know they'll. I don't know. I haven't paid that much attention, but it's normally like, oh, this is coming to an interesting area. You know, I'm going to go long here, and they just day trade it, you know. But it's, you know, it's certainly I mean, they don't mess around with stuff that doesn't have a future, you know. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's a lot. It's very down from its highs, and you know, a 2x takes it only to $20, or round about there anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, I'd be pretty happy with that. So we'll see.
Right.
But yeah,
I did just FOMO back into a long when Bitcoin.
Have you? Oh no.
Yeah. I'm $47 up at the moment. I'm tempted to close it just to cover my loss from earlier.
Oh no.
I might do.
You're trading with emotion, aren't you?
I am.
To be fair, it's probably up nicely actually now.
Look, I'm just going to chase it up with the stop loss and then.
Oh yeah. You're a proper little devil, you aren't you now, Save?
Should I show you?
Yeah. I'll put your screen back on.
Yeah.
That'll be a nice little. This will be a nice little thing to end the stream on. Looking at this trade, see what happens while we're patiently waiting for the market to do something.
Right, you can see that, can you?
Patrick says, "Hi guys, hope you are doing well." Yes, I'm very well, thank you, Patrick. Hope you are too. Look at that, instantly up $180. This is great, isn't it? that is a big old realized P&L though, isn't it?
Not bad. 202.
How is the bot doing? I'm interested in trying it out. Well, yeah, come and try it out, mate. There is a full video on the updated bot strategies that we're running on both of them on the channel. So if you go onto the channel, it is I'll tell you exactly what video it is. You'll be able to see it by the name. It's one of the most recently uploaded ones. It is the third most recent upload, new bot strategy. So you'll be able to see, actually do a full walkthrough on the strategy for each and the P&L return on each for the testing period and the strategy test. So go and have a look at that. and you'll be able to see. But yeah, it'd be great to have you over, Patrick. Make sure, obviously, you sign up to Stonksy on that monthly discount, bot20, and you can get 20% off. So you can come and try the bots 20% off your first month. And there you go, mate. You've recovered that.
Okay. So I'll just get my little finger. Hey, oh, hang on. There you
Are
go.
you going to give the code for the monthly? What do you mean, Reggie?
Have you gone again?
What? No, I'm still here. So what did you end up closing for? 169. That's good.
That's all right, isn't it?
That's
All
not
right.
bad. I mean, you've covered your realised P&L on fees and stuff, haven't you, with that?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, also the $11 loss from earlier as well.
yeah.
'Cause the earlier one was this one here. So it lost 11.17. There you
That's
go.
good. That's good, mate. Well, nice little.
So there you go. Up a little bit.
Reggie, man, I got sent a different one. If you got one in an email recently, yeah, because you're an ex-user. If you got one recently, I'm guessing you got it this week, I think, Reggie, if you've seen it. It'd be because you're an ex-user. Did you adjust the settings in Stonksy at all? Or is it just as it comes? So the only settings I adjust on Stonksy is the sensitivity on the bullish bearish arrows. I up that to 8. And that's pretty much the only thing I mess around with.
Yeah. The only thing I do in addition is I don't like these lines much on the oscillator, so I tend to turn the opacity down, but I don't change any settings on that.
Yeah, that's right. No, Reg, it won't work for new ones, no, because it's tied to your email, which is obviously tied to your Stonksy account on the website. But yeah, there you go. I mean, that was a nice end to the stream, wasn't it? You getting that trade in, mate. So yeah, very nicely done.
It was good, wasn't it? I think
I really enjoyed today's stream as well. It's been great. I look forward to Wednesdays a lot.
See, it's my dynamic company, and that.
That's it. We always have a good laugh and a good stream, don't we?
Yeah, no, I must admit, I like it myself as well. It's a good sort of what do you call it? Not punctuation, but it's a good sort of part of the week, isn't it? You know, halfway through the week, have a little chat with Dave, have a little go on the live stream.
Well, it's that kind of clear marker in it now. Like, you know, we're definitely halfway through the week now. After this stream is done, that's like kind of halfway mark.
Yeah, but it's also good for me because I kind of like, you know, I want to have something good to show you on a Wednesday. You know, for example, this time it was the Tesla stuff. You know, that was even though I didn't actually show you it, but you know, you saw me buy it last week and then it went a bit wrong, and then it was nice to see this week it come out all right. So it's quite good for me to sort of get something good for Wednesday so that I can show you and talk about it and stuff. So that's why I like it as well, you know.
Yeah.
Plus your scintillating company.
Appreciate it. Well, for those of you that have stuck around for the whole stream or here at the end, big thank you for joining us. Of course, make sure you are liked and subscribed, regardless whether you're on YouTube or X. And of course, make sure you sign up to BLOFIN, sign up to Stonksy. Links are in the description. And have a great day. Obviously, thank you for your input in the chat as well, everyone. It does make it very enjoyable. And Reggie, man, you're a very cheeky guy. The answer to that is no. But yeah, have a great rest of your day. Obviously, I'll be back on tomorrow for PPI data, which will be great. And yeah, until then, have a good one and keep making some gains. See you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.